Hussbus bus stop.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Paul Collins here with this week's,
Hussbus bus stop.
and I want to talk to you about money. Of course, what else, right? But when you go to buy a house, typically we get some money moving around, right? Not everybody has everything they need, cash to close wise, just sitting in their checking account. Maybe it's in a savings account. Maybe you're pulling from your retirement, from your job. Maybe you're getting a gift from like a family member, a parent, or something like that, which is all fine. You're able to do that. The main thing with moving money around when you go to close on a loan is that it has to be documented, depending on the size of the transfer or transaction, like the line item in your statement there. So, give you a couple examples real quick. If you are getting a gift from a family member, right, you have to get a gift letter saying who's giving it to you, when they gave it to you, how much they're giving it to you. And if they give it to you and it shows up on your bank statement, then you need bank statements from them as well, right? Usually 2 months to source the deposit. Or they could give it directly to the title company, where you just need the gift letter and then title confirmation of receipt of the money. Another thing is if you're moving money out of your retirement from like a 401k or something like that, not only are they going to need to see those funds liquidated into your account, they're also going to need, the underwriters, the lender, is going to need the terms of the withdrawal as well. So if you're giving the statement to say that's 10 grand in there, but the terms of the withdrawal say you can only take five, that matters, right? They're not going to give you credit for the whole 10 grand if you don't have access to it. Another thing is people, a lot of times they go and they start thinking ahead about, let me move this around, let me get this here, let me get that. Always ask your lender first. Always, 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 always. Any money moves, once you are going to buy a house, always check with your mortgage professional, right? I'm talking to you too, realtors. If a client, a borrower asks a question about money, always defer to us, man. Let us do the heavy lifting when it comes to moving the money around. You guys have enough on your plate already as far as like all the different moving pieces of the transaction. Don't assume something's going to be okay and then it ends up not being. Usually there's a way to get out of it. We just have to document it. But typically, general rule of thumb is any deposits, right? Because nobody cares about withdrawals unless it's recurring. That any deposits that are more than 50% of the monthly income used to qualify. So let's say you and your partner buying a house together, you make 20 G's a month. Any deposits that are more than 50% of that, 10 grand, are going to be questioned, have to be documented, right? Any large deposits. So before you go moving anything around, don't be proactive about moving money around if you're about to buy a house. Be like whatever the opposite of that is, right? Just ask first, get some guidance, right? We do this for a living. We have all this figured out for you already. You don't have to go playing some guessing game with moving money around from your account to this account, your partner's account, their parents' account, like all this kind of stuff, man. We just want to avoid getting as much paperwork as we can, and there is a path of least resistance when it comes to moving money around. Last quick little story I'll share with you, and I'll shut up here, is we had clients of ours that are good friends of ours. The guy was buying, and he was the borrower, and he was getting a gift from the girlfriend at the time's parents, right? And it was an FHA loan, and there's guidelines against that. So those two had to go down to, where I'm from, we call it Yerkes, but I know the courthouse or whatever, and get married in order for that gift to be substantiated in the eyes of the FHA, right? So there are ways out of it once you get yourself in a pickle, but just before you go moving anything around, ask us first because we have the answers.
Hussbus bus stop.